world you are graduating into. This is what I want to talk about today with you for a few minutes. To lead in shaping a new world order for the 21st century.
I'm 33 and I'm generally pretty healthy.
This mom from Frisco wants to calm your COVID vaccine concerns.
I did a lot of research, obviously, before I went into it.
Chrissy Brown is one of the North Texans in the Pfizer clinical trial. Her experience began with the test to prove she didn't have COVID, another to prove she didn't have antibodies, and a third to prove she isn't pregnant.
The first shot, it actually was painless, the injection itself.
Within hours of that first shot, her arm felt sore.
The next day, I had a low-grade fever, felt a little tired, but also I'm a mom, so when am I not tired?
3 weeks later, she got a second shot, also painless, but the result wasn't.
Around 4 in the morning, I woke up with a pretty high fever. I think it was 102.7, and I felt very flu-like. So I felt like major body aches and chills, and that lasted about 14 hours. And then it went away completely. It was crazy, actually. All of a sudden I felt totally fine.
Pfizer has not confirmed that Chrissy got the real vaccine instead of a placebo, but she assumes she did, and that she was feeling her immune system build up the weapons it needs to fight back if she's ever exposed to COVID.
Welcome to the jungle. It gets worse every day. You learn to live like an animal in the jungle where we play. And you gotta hunger for what you see. You take it eventually. You can have anything you want, but you better not take it from me in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. I wanna hear you scream.
I think honestly it's a safe vaccine. Based on all the data and based on my personal experience.
As she watches testing cases, hospitalizations, and deaths go up, Chrissy knows lives and livelihoods are on the line. She hopes her selflessness leads to a possible solution.
Do you feel as though it's worth it?
I absolutely would do it again and again if it meant that I was protected and I was protecting others from getting COVID.
Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. I wanna watch you leave. And when you're high, you never ever wanna come down. When you're high, you never, ever wanna come down, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you know The Simpsons predicted a dark winter of 2023, an episode from season 33 that aired in January 2023, apparently foreshadowing something called a dark winter coming to America? In the episode plot, the Simpson family finds themselves snowed in at home as a massive winter storm blankets Springfield. However, news reports indicate the freezing weather is not limited to just their town, but much of the United States is experiencing record cold temperatures, snowfalls, and dangerous ice storms. Grocery stores' shelves are empty as people are ordered to shelter at home. More intriguing is that the episode aired only a few months before winter 2023-2024. Could it be predictive? Even more unsettling is that dark winter is a term previously used by government officials and pandemic experts to describe a hypothetical crisis scenario involving a combination disaster.
Operation Dark Winter was the code name for a senior-level bioterrorist attack simulation conducted from June 22-23, 2001. It was designed to carry out a mock version of a covert and widespread smallpox attack on the United States. Tara O'Toole and Thomas Inglesby of the Johns Hopkins Center for Civilian Biodefense Strategies Center for Strategic and International Studies and Randy Larson and Mark Demir of Analytic Services were the principal designers, authors, and controllers of the Dark Winter project. Dark Winter was focused on evaluating the inadequacies of a national emergency response during the use of a biological weapon against the American populace. The exercise was solely intended to establish preventive measures and response strategies by increasing governmental and public awareness of the magnitude and potential of such a threat posed by biological weapons. Dark Winter's simulated scenario involved an initial localized smallpox attack on Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with additional smallpox attack cases in Georgia and Pennsylvania.
Good morning, Miss Garcia.
Good morning, sunshine. I miss you. I could kiss you right now.
Someday.
Curfew is now in effect. All unauthorized citizens must stay indoors.
Tensions rise as we enter the 213th week of lockdown.
A grim new reality emerges.
COVID-23 has mutated.
Beginning thermal scan. Thermal scan normal.
A horrifying new development
New
today.
data confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue.
Hey, whoa, I'm immune! I'm immune!
They're all covered with filthy germs, aren't they, Smithers?
Why, what do you mean, sir?
Freemasons run the country!
Ew!
Nico.
I'm here.
Every little thing's gonna be alright.
And remember, stay safe, sane, and sanitized.
Welcome to the jungle, welcome to the jungle. I wanna watch you scream. Welcome to the jungle, welcome to the jungle. I wanna watch you leave. Welcome to the jungle, welcome to the jungle. I wanna watch you leave.
An engineer who worked at Google says humans will achieve immortality in 8 years. Futurist Ray Kurzweil says the next 8 years, we could all be forever young, just like our favorite celebrities. It's all thanks to nanobots, microscopic robots that work to repair cells and damaged tissue, even could fight cancer potentially. I can't wait until all issues with Grandma can be solved by unplugging her and waiting 30 seconds to plug her back in.
That's a word.
Oh, yeah.
Kids these days, back in my day, we used to walk 15 miles in the snow every day with no shoes just to get to school.
But didn't you grow up in California? It's sunny 100% of the time. I grew up in Boston. I know about snow. Remember Boston?
Boston.
Yeah, you remember Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, you still got the accent. You can't leave Boston. Sticks with you. Boston.
Wicked pisser.
Let's go!
Of course, lots of people are skeptical about this, but Kurzweil has a pretty good track record for predicting the future. 86% of the major predictions he's made have actually come true. But of course, there are the ethical concerns about immortality as depicted in the 1992 documentary, Death Becomes Her.
It is a documentary.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Such a great movie. Robert Zemeckis actually directed it. Unbelievable though, right? Because it is. It's like it really is a sort of cautionary tale about, like you could live forever, but you might be a spoiler alert soulless person crushed into little tiny pieces at the end of a movie.
After you, Senator. Thanks for stopping by, Carl.
Give us a second. What are you doing? Do you want to be president of the United States or brain dead, stuck full of tubes?
I'll take my chances.
I told you, your chances don't exist. We shut down your lab.
You don't think some smart-ass in NZT might have 2 or 3 or even 4 labs?
So what? You're not making any more.
That's right, I'm not. I thought better of it. See, once you know what's in it, you can tweak it, re-engineer it, get the bugs out, taper off. I'm off it, Carl.
Well, on it or off it, there's no scenario where you're not working for me.
How are you going to pay me? In cigarettes? Last year, you traded inside information 17 times. Blank checks from Dubai, dumping in Chile, disappeared officials. I mean, you shed a spotlight.
You want to go to war with me?
Away. And trust me when I say this, I'm not even being creative.
There's no way you can be making accusations like that and be walking around alive.
But you would even think that shows me how unprepared you are to fight me.
You're no longer equipped to
I
fight
may be off,
me.
but you think I didn't learn anything? That my synapses didn't change? That I kept absolutely nothing?
You have no idea what kind of enemy I can
That
be.
van's gonna rear in that taxi.
What?
The driver's distracted. He's texting. He's going 30 miles an hour. He's 60 feet to stop. He doesn't have room.
What van?
I see everything, Carl. I'm 50 moves ahead of you and everybody else. What makes you think I don't have a guy with a beat on you right now? How do you know you're gonna be alive this time next year?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Something's pumping at half mass in there. Walls of your heart are dilated. Aortic valve stenosis. You're gonna need to get that replaced. But you already knew that. You know, you should really be glad about this. Because me working for you, you'd end up as my
Maybe we should cool off and talk again.
I don't think so. Don't forget the vote.
To be young at heart. Some people will go to any length to stay young forever.
Is that someone?
It's Madeline Ashton. Oh, she was a big star in the 60s.
I thought she was dead.
Oh, madam, you look younger every day.
Thank you, Rose.
But Madeline Ashton and her old friend Helen Sharp
I've lost men to her before.
are about to go too far.
A touch of magic. Drink that potion, and you'll never grow even one day older.
As your attorney, I advise you to take a hit out of the little brown bottle in my shaving kit. You won't need much. Just a tiny taste. Pure mescaline seemed like ginger beer, man. Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome?
Hello? Hi, Lucy. God bless. Yeah, it's me. What? Hell no. I taught the a lesson he'll never forget. What? No, not dead. But he won't be bothering anybody for a while. Yeah, I left him out there. I stomped him and pulled all his teeth out.
I remember thinking, Jesus, what a terrible thing to lay on somebody with a head full of acid.
But we have a problem. That cashed a bad check downstairs and gave you as a reference. They'll be looking for both of you. Yeah, I know, Lucy, but you can't judge a book by its cover. Some people are just basically rotten.
Bottoms up. No warning.
Now a warning? Siempre viva! Live forever!
Ernest, I'm in the morgue. They think I'm dead.
You are, but you're not. Are you telling me it doesn't hurt when I do this?
Doesn't hurt. She's dead! She's dead, Ernest.
Now he's dead.
He's dead? Ernest is dead? Everybody's dead!
You pushed me down the stairs.
I'm so sweaty.
I don't think it's sweat, honey. I think you're defrosting.
Are you tired of not feeling well? Take the cure and take back your life. Side effects include sneezing, dry eyes, drowsiness, weight loss, nausea, skin eruptions, anxiety, severe hallucinations, unconsciousness, stroke, insanity, self-mutilation, murderous rage, and addiction to pain. In 12 days, take the cure.
It's a lie.
Universal Pictures presents Meryl Streep, Bruce Willis,
It's a miracle!
and Goldie Hawn.
Look at me. I'm soaking wet.
Death becomes her.
I just have to make a telephone call.
You have to watch this movie if you haven't seen it.
I'll see it. I've never
Death
seen
Becomes Her is so good.
It's Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
I mean, it's brilliant.
Bruce Willis, too.
Bruce Willis, yeah.
3 of the greatest actors.
All right.
Yeah.
One thing I don't want to last forever is this continuous storm.
This is where we live now, though.
Yeah.
I know we want it, right? We do want rain, and we keep saying we want it, but I think selfishly we're also like, I want to wash my car and I want to go outside and go to the beach and do things.
Let nature wash your car.
Food prices are rising, oil is ending. When our resources end in 20 years, given everything that we know of our species, do you really think we're going to just share?
So your answer to that is some kind of genocide?
No, it is not. It is not genocide. Our answer to this is Janus. Janus consists of a protein and an amino acid. Independently of each other, they're harmless. But when they're brought together in the subject, they act as a genetic trigger that prevents chromosomal division. The cell targeted can no longer replicate itself and is thereby rendered useless. The change is permanent and hereditary.
And which cells are targeted?
Those that control fertility, Becky. The purpose of Janus is to sterilize. The purpose of Janus is to sterilize the entire human race.
You guys have got to try the cold chai.
I've had it.
Oh, I know you won't accept it because of your hateful biases, but let's see if you can try thinking rationally. Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden is it? Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to forget about the law. Judges don't count. All the networks thought Biden was going to win by 10%. Gee, what happened? Come on, don't be ridiculous. Networks don't get to decide elections.
You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests. I know this is hard for you Americans to imagine, but please try.
In my inaugural address, I said the American story depends not on one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us. So I'm proud to join you today to celebrate the courage of transgender individuals. As a nation, we have made significant progress in securing the civil rights of the LGBTQ+ Americans. But we recognize that too many transgender people still face systemic barriers to freedom and equality. Too many transgender Americans face violence, harassment, and discrimination in employment, healthcare, public accommodations, and housing. Nearly 1 in 3 transgender Americans has experienced homelessness at some time in their life. The crisis of violence against transgender women, especially transgender women of color, is a stain on our nation's conscience.
Barack and I were raised with so many of the same values, like you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're going to do.
My parents impressed on me the values that you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, and you do what you say and keep your promise.
That you treat people with dignity and respect, even if you don't know them and even if you don't agree with them.
That you treat people with respect. They taught and showed me values and morals in their daily life. That is a lesson that I continue to pass along to our son. And we need to pass those lessons on to the many generations to follow.
A survey last year found that more than half the trans and non-binary young people had considered suicide. What a painful, powerful reminder of how much work we have to do to help trans youth feel supported in living their lives, their authentic selves.
And Barack and I to build lives guided by these values and to pass them on to the next generation, because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
And as we work to change the hearts and minds, we also have to change the laws. That's why on my first day in office, I signed an historic executive order directing federal agencies to build on the Supreme Court's Bostock ruling, protecting transgender Americans from discrimination. In the words of the order, every person should be treated with respect and dignity and should be able to live without fear, no matter who they are or whom they love. I want every trans person, especially every trans young person out there, to know I see you, I hear you, and I'll continue to fighting for an America that transgender people, like everyone else, can live in and thrive in and succeed. Thank you.
You prove to the entire world that you can set your mind to something important, push through and succeed, showing all of us that you, our next generation, already possess the strength and resilience of the Americans.
I'm going to vote blue.
Vote for who you want. This is a free dictatorship.
No one should ever have to eat alone. So get a Nando's 6-pack meal for $6.
Ka! It's you!
Yes, man cub. So nice to see you again.
Oh, go away. Leave me alone.
Let me look at you. You don't want me to look at you? Then you look at me.
No, sir. I know what you're trying to do. Ka?
You do? You don't trust me.
No.
Then there's nothing I can do to help.
You want to help me?
Certainly.
Okay. So let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job. Right? This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago. And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in. And we know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, the snake. It's called The Snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. "Poor thing," she cried, "I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you." The border. "Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. Does that explain it, folks? Does that explain?
Trust in me.